So now we're going to do this division. Notice that in this polynomial division, the divisor is quadratic. It's no longer linear. And the dividend, well, is quartic, degree 4. But notice something, it's missing an x squared term. And it's not that it's somewhere hiding, it's simply that there are 0 x squares. Okay, we do have to pay attention to this because in the division, we need to leave the space for that x squared. So I'm going to do it right here. I'm going to write the divisor, x squared plus 2x minus 5 divided into, okay, x to the 4th. I have to make sure that they are in order, and they are. Plus 3x cubed. And since I am missing the x squared term, I don't want it to miss it here. So I'm going to put plus 0x squared minus 6x plus 2. And then we proceed in the same way as before. We look only at the leading terms, x to the 4th and x squared. And we ask, what times x squared is x to the 4th power?
X2.
That's right, it's x squared. So we write here x squared. X, and now we multiply. X squared times x squared is x to the 4th power. X squared times 2x is
2x cubed.
2x cubed. That's correct. X squared times negative 5 happens to be negative 5x squared. And I have to make sure that I'm writing the terms under their like terms. The x to the 4th under the x to the 4th, the x cubes under the x cubes, the x squares under the x squares. Okay, in division now, after multiplying, we need to subtract. So as we saw before, we're going to change the signs. This becomes a negative, this becomes a negative, this becomes a positive, and I'm going to add. Since I already changed the signs, by adding, I'm subtracting. X to the 4th plus negative x to the 4th cancels. The first one should always cancel. 3x cubed plus negative 2x cubed is 1x cubed, that's right. And 0x squared plus 5x squared, it's 5x squared. And then we bring down the others, minus 6x plus 2. And then we repeat the process. We look at the leading terms. What times x squared is x cubed? So x cubed divided by x squared is just 1x, or simply x. And now we multiply. X times x squared is x cubed. X times 2x, that's 2x squared. And x times negative 5 is negative 5x. And then we need to subtract, which we've done it before. We're going to change all the signs. This one to a negative, this one to a negative, this one to a positive, and we're going to add. The first one cancels. 5x squared plus negative 2x squared happens to be 3x squared, that's right. And negative 6x plus 5x is negative 1x. And I'm going to bring down the 2. And then repeat the process one last time. 3x squared, x squared times what is 3x squared? It's only 3. So I'm going to put 3 here. That's the quotient. 3 times, and multiply. 3 times x squared is 3x squared. 3 times 2x is 6x. And 3 times negative 5 is negative 15. And then we subtract. So I'm going to change this one to a minus, this one to a minus, and this one to a plus. I'm going to add. Cancel. Negative x plus negative 6x is negative 7x. And positive 2 plus 15 is 17. The degree here, and what remains, is 1. The x has an exponent 1. And the degree of the divisor is 2. The degree of the divisor is greater than the degree of the now dividend. So we're done. This is the remainder. We write the remainder as part of the answer. So we have the quotient, and we're going to write this. And we're going to use a plus, and we're going to keep the negative with the 7. Negative 7x plus 17 over the divisor. X squared plus 2x minus 15. And that's the result of our division.